iconoclasm, right? It says iconoclasm is the destruction of religious icons and other images or monuments for religious or political motives. So you see this guy right here, right? This is an Orthodox monk, which is painting this image right here, white, so-called white. So you see him in the act, what he's doing, okay? So that's what they did. That's what they did during the Renaissance era, okay? That's what they did during the Renaissance era around the 1400s. So I got this up here so you can see this visual, right? And this what took place in the 1400s. So when they came over here, right? When they came to this land and had us in captivity and was bringing down the so-called North American Indians, the so-called Mexicans, the so-called Puerto Ricans, they brought this over here to them, but they painted this picture. Okay, you got turn it around for me. You got Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo was set up to paint this picture during the Renaissance. So this is Renaissance art, is what you're seeing being brought forth. Okay, so our people, being Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, were deceived by this image. Why? Because they don't understand the Bible, because it's in code. Now I'm finna show you, give you through the Spirit, Lord willing, the understanding of how the Lord looks according to the King James Bible, right? This is Revelation 1 and 13. Well, I started at 14. No, I started at 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and a girt about the path with a golden girdle. So this is what you see here. This is what you see taking place here. Okay, this is a golden girdle. Okay, in the ancient world, they would wear this to protect their midsection. Okay, so they wouldn't get stabbed when they was in war. Okay, it says this Revelation 1 and 13, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, which that's Turkey, the 7 churches that was in Turkey, which those are 7 churches in Asia Minor, which you know is the land of Turkey today. That's where the 7 churches were. One like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to his foot, and a girt about the path with a golden girdle. So you see the garment down to his foot, right? All right. It says, verse 14, his head and his hairs, meaning his head and his hair, his beard, right, were white like snow, as white as wool. Okay? So let me read that again. This Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. So you see he have red eyes, right? Because the Lord is coming back angry, and he drunk wine. Because wine makes a man's eyes turn red. This is like if you see a person that drink a lot, their eyes end up bloodshot red. Okay? So it's giving you the attributes of the Lord, meaning the characteristics of the Lord in the Bible. Okay? Now I read that again. This Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So whenever you burn brass, and you got a furnace, and you put brass in there, which brass is already brown, okay? It's already like that. So if you put it in the fire, what color is it gonna turn?
Red.
So, well, that's if it's burning, but it said burnt, okay? Now if something is burnt, what is it gonna be? It's gonna be black. Anytime you light something on fire and it's burnt, what color is it gonna be? Black.
It's gonna be black, then sometimes be red.
But that's if it's burning, okay? If I put some fire to this right here, right? It's gonna when I heat it up, it's gonna turn red. But when it's through burning, what is it gonna be? Black. It's gonna be black.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned. Burned is past tense, meaning it already happened. The ED on the end is past tense, meaning it already happened. In a furnace, and his voice was the sound of many waters. So it's telling you that his feet was like fine brass as burned in a furnace. The ED is past tense, meaning it's already happened. So it's burnt. So he's looking at his feet. John is looking at his feet, and John is giving you a description of his feet, meaning so-called black. Okay? So by reading the book of Revelation and holding up this image, that does not match what he looks like according to the King James Bible. So that right there is a lie. Okay? And our people believe and trust in it because what? They don't know and they don't read and they ain't broke the code. And them churches that you see around here don't teach the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans nothing about how he truly looks, because they want to keep you in the dark and worship that, which that's confusion. Okay? When you
Okay,
worship
well, I'm ask you one thing, you don't mind. Okay, like everybody go to a regular church and they read their regular Bible. They get up there and preach different between like Jehovah's Witness Catholic Church. What we do between Catholic Church and Jehovah's Witness?
they the same. Because Roman Catholic, when you look up their word, it means universal. All these religions spring out of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? And that's why all of them got this image up. All of them got this image up. They the same, but they just different names, different denominations.
But why the regular church don't have that like that?
What you mean?
They don't believe in that like that right there.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You go to church? Well, somebody in your family that go to church, you ask them what comes of the Lord. They'll say that right there. And then they'll say, if you say, well, nah, the scripture say you're a black man, then they'll say, nah, it don't matter. Okay? Because everybody that grew up in America, right, been told that this is how the Lord looks. Everybody. Okay? But when you go into the Bible, he does not look like that, which we just read. This is a false image. That's why it's written up here. This image is not biblical. Okay? This is deception. And it was painted by Leonardo and Michelangelo, turning around. By these guys, right? And this guy father, which his father was the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, and since his father was the representation of who the world really called God on earth, he put his son up as the savior, and they painted this picture. Okay, he commissioned them to paint the picture of his son. This guy's real name is Caesar Borgia. Okay, this guy was not crucified on the cross. This guy died on the horse trying to get his money back. Okay, this is how this guy died. That's the history on this guy. And you type in Caesar Borgia, it'll go into the history. You go on YouTube and type in the Borgia family. They got a show on them, and it goes into the history of these people, man. Okay? That's what it is. It's straight confusion. That's a lie.
Everybody tell me it's not like they said. Everybody said Jehovah's Witness now have the same thing like a regular church they have.
But that's the
They don't
thing,
believe in the
though.
thing. They believe in going around ripping folks off. They don't tell.
This
the
is
truth.
the thing. This is the thing. Jehovah's Witness, we call them Jehovah's Wickedness. Okay? And the Baptist, Pentecostal, Methodist, all them churches, right? All them churches.
Yeah.
They stem from the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? Which that's a
How they
religion.
steal it from Rome?
Because that's the origin of these religions. They go back to the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? That's where it go back to. Now I'm finna hit you with something. I'm finna hit you with Jeremiah, show you something. Now we got a description of the Lord, right? You understand he was a so-called black man, right?
They say he white. They said the Lord.
No,
was
I'm
white.
saying the Bible.
In the Bible.
Right. It said his feet were like bronze, right? as it was burnt in the furnace. I mean brass as it was burnt in the furnace. But when you look at word brass up in the Greek, it goes into the word copper. Okay, copper is the color of the penny. Color of the penny. Okay, we need to look it up. So it describes him as a so-called black man. And the reason why I say so-called black man is because we're not really black. We're different shades of brown. Okay, that's the real color of us. My beard is black. Okay, but I'm a shade of brown, just like him. He's a light shade of brown, just like you're a light shade of brown. But that's the confusion that was placed on us as the people. Nobody's white. Okay, my t-shirt is white. Okay, they don't match that. They don't match that. When you hit them across the head or make them mad or embarrass them, what color do they turn? Red. There's only two colors on this earth: different shades of red, different shades of brown. That's it. But that's the confusion that our people have. That's confusion that our people have been hit with and accepted. Okay, just like I got nephews when they was growing up. They somebody would call them black. He would say, "You don't know your colors. I'm brown." You know, and you got grown people that's walking around here, 40, 50 years old, thinking they black, and then I ask them, "What color is your shirt?" They'll say black, and I say, "Well, you don't match your shirt."
Well, shirt ain't got nothing to do with
but
that.
I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just giving you an example. You got to know your colors. Colors, you know what I'm saying? I know it sounds funny and simple, but you got grown people that don't know their colors. They don't know they're shaded brown. Why? It's because it's been pushed on them to confuse them. Same way with that image. It's been pushed on them to confuse them. But when you read in the Bible, it says different. Okay? It said different. Now I'm finna with something. Hold on, don't run out. This Jeremiah 7. Let me get over there. This Jeremiah 7:4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are thee. All these churches around here, people come saying that's the temple of the Lord. Nah, you are. You are the building.
What you mean? Hold on now.
I'll read that. I'm finna read it. This 1 Corinthians 3, and let me get it. This 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? I'll read it again. This 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? Question. So that building over there with that bell, that's not the temple of the Most High. You are. You see that? I'm reading out the King James Bible. Like I explained to you when you came up, it's a code. They read it, but they don't understand it.
That's why most people don't carry no King James Bible. They carry regular Bible.
Hold on, wait a minute. Slow down. You're speaking too fast. You hit me with something new. You said King Kong Bible.
People don't carry those kind of Bible y'all carry. The Bible.
King James Bible. It's King James.
Yeah, they don't carry that in church.
What they got in there?
They carry a regular big black Bible.
That's King James.
They ain't never had no big old King Bible church like that.
They got King James. It's King James in there. They reading out the King James Bible. Okay? They reading out of it. One of your relatives, any one of them that go to church, you ask them what kind of Bible they got there. They'll tell you King James. But that's not the temple of the Most High. The temple of the Most High is you. Just like I was explaining from the beginning, it's a code. They don't understand the scripture. They read them, but it's not on them to understand it. Okay? And that's why I'm going to read this right here. This is John 4. And this is John